Hey yo, peace everybody. I'm so happy that I came across this on my Facebook. And that's one thing about Facebook. It can bring you a whole bunch of nonsense and then drop a jewel on you. You know what I mean? So but this is what I'm talking about. I've been talking about this for a minute now. That's why I call upon the name Ahaya. Ahaya Allah. Not Allah, Allah means Ahaya our power. I keep saying, man, Yahaya, this Yahaya, Yahuwah, this Yahusha, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahovah, Yahoah, Yahoo, whatever, or YHWH plus Ismo. It's moon idol worship, man. It's Canaanite idol worship, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like Israel, Israel, ISIS, Rael. Come on, man. Like we not Israel. We not Israel. We not Israelites. We're not Israelites. We are Yasharites. You know what I'm saying? So as much as we think we are woke, we are still into idolatry and we are still getting hit because of things because we are still operating in the form of idolatry. And now we're even more stubborn because we give so much reverence to the Israelis and their modern day Hebrew, and we learn so much of that, and we just think we know something, and we calling upon all of these names, which is Israelis idols. See, one thing you got to know about why I said that it's Israelis idols is because the original Esau married Canaanite women. So the original Esau was always into the Canaanite deities. So even to this day, when the Israelis started Israel in 1948, made it a state and brought the Zionist movement from the Third or Herzl movement, right? When he brought the Zionists in there in 1948, the Israelis made the state of Israel, come into play. They brought the Canaanite deity with them. So then they called him Yahweh or Yah. Or, when you read in that, it's something like in the old Bibles, but it's something you can Google now. And it tells you that, they replaced Lord and God, uppercase, lowercase, and the original said YHWH. And then they said that they did that because they didn't want the divine name to be spoken. You know what I mean? Because it was too divine to be uttered. They told you that. They taught us that. And they made some importance out of the name. All you got to do is make something important, and then it becomes like it becomes a shock wave to people, and they just be so appalled by like, oh my God, this name or this person or this thing or this food or whatever it may be. You create an importance around something, it becomes bigger than what it really is, and that's what they did with this name. Yeah, like this name, what? Yeah, how? What they say? Yahaya, Yahuwah. Then let me see, Yahusha, Yahoo, Yahweh, Yahovah. All these names, like, no. See, this is from the Bantu right here. If you guys wondering, like, this is from the Bantu. This is Exodus 4:22-23. When it says, "And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus says so nini na nini." That's Ahaya, Asha, Ahaya. Like a Kobe, your Kobe, meaning Jacob, or y'all would say Jacob, is my son, even my firstborn. And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if you refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn. Ooh, man, that's what it said. See, now how you always let you know what he gonna do if you don't do what he say. They wouldn't let, if you know the story of the Exodus, Pharaoh wouldn't let him go. So at the end, he said, I'm gonna slay your firstborn. You wouldn't let my firstborn go because we are his firstborn. That idol, Yahusha, Yeshua, Yasha, none of that. That's idolatry. We are his firstborn. We are his firstborn. Then that firstborn turned into the house of Dawidah, or Dowie of David. When you go ahead and go into them Psalms, I believe that's Psalms 89 or Psalms 110. I don't think it's Psalms 110. I believe it's Psalms 89. Um, but check them both though. Then correct me if I'm wrong. The house of David or Davidah became the firstborn. just because Ahaya is the king, and then he made the seed of Dawudah the prince. So Ahaya is the king. Dawudah is the prince. That's his son. You know what I'm saying? Like he promised in the Proverbs, like I'm gonna make your son my son. You know what I'm saying? So this a little nugget right there, a little nugget. Well, the point in this video, man, stop calling upon these names and posting them, man. Get up out of these Israeli traps, man. These Canaanite deities, man. We serve a higher alone, a higher a higher alone, man. So ni ni nani ni alone, man. Come on now, let's get it right. You know what I'm saying? So, been saying this for years, so it's just good to see this come across this. Just got to know the history of these Israelis. These Israelis, they look white or they look European, whatever, but they took on the form of nations that they went unto, and took the resources and finances, and became the dominion over there. Which is their prophecy, because they had to now rule by their sword, and their sword is through treachery, wickedness, unrighteousness, and cruelty, as they are the borders of wickedness, right? So any nation that they went upon, they took upon that look. They may look like that. They may look like a Russian. They may look like an Indian. They may look like a whatever, right? But they are Malachite Edomites, or just Edomites. So the Amalek specifically did this, ordained it, and orchestrated it, and made the world fall in love with the Canaanite deity. And they are the illuminated ones, so-called Illuminati, those who have dominion, the bankers, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergers, the Shivs, all of them, right? They look like other nations, or Eurocentric nations, but that just what happened. They whited out themselves through time. Same way you can do that with look at me about to say yes with that. You can do that with the Yashar lights. We also have lightened up ourselves over the years. There we come in many colors now, but before we didn't come in that many colors. But through through slavery, transatlantic slave trade, and over time and years, some of us got lighter than normal. Same thing with these Malachite Edomites, man. But they just kind of they just really bleached themselves. They threw the whole bottle on them. They just took upon, because they really wanted to be deceitful. They're very deceptive. They really wanted to look like just straight white people, so we can just be mad at white people and label all white people and not see that as them. You know what I'm saying? Because even during the slavery time, it was them pushing do this evil towards us, because they understood the prophecy. It was them in the ears of the Europeans saying beat them and do this type of stuff and mistreat them, and you guys are way above them, because they understood the prophecy. So they pushed the evil nonsense and spewed it in the ears, and also pushed it in the hearts of these Europeans that was holding us as slaves and beating us and all that. But it was the navigator was the Amalekite Edomite, who took upon the look of them, right? If you don't know the prophecy, you just got to go check it out. And like it says that they they will become small among the nations that they go up under, but they would be the robbers of our nation, which we see they rob. They try to be us, but not us. They try to represent us and not us. You know what I'm saying? Like we think that they get Jewish or Jew, or like, yeah, we think that they get Jewish, and it comes from Judah. Nah, it really comes from Jebusite. But they try to say Jebusites, but come on, man, it's Jebusites. That's where the Jew come from. That's the conjunction right there. But anywho, I feel like I'm just rambling right now, man. This is it's just on my heart. Get up out of these names, leave them idols alone, return back to a higher Shah, a higher only, or Soni Ni Na Ni Ni. You know what I'm saying? My Bantu brothers and sisters, my Yoruba brothers and sisters, all my brothers and sisters from the four corners of the earth that spread it out, lost and looking to be delivered. Turn back to a higher Shah, a higher only, and he shall deliver you in his time. Keyword. in his time, not yours. Let that marinate. Peace.